Hey guys, Valid here. So, I decided to make my own video today. I haven't actually posted in the subreddit a video before. I've posted a few comments. I just started using it a few weeks ago, like religiously actually using it. And I've seen a lot of topics. I've been scrolling through just reading a lot on Decisive Strike and NOED and killers being overpowered versus survivors being overpowered. A lot of stuff, as well as on the new killer. By the way, the new killer is not weak at all. I feel like a lot of people just... Well, I'll get into that in a second because I'm going to get into the whole issue behind all this. First and foremost, I feel like the main issue here isn't the game. The game has some glaring issues. Clearly, they need to be fixed. Some balance changes need to be done. But nothing is truly broken to the point where it can't be worked around or fixed, I guess, in a way. I think the main issue is skill level. And that derives more from the game not having a proper ranked mode. I've always been a big fan of casual being casual and ranked being ranked. I'd like them to introduce a casual play as survivor or play as killer mode into this game, maybe, so people can play that instead of playing ranked, because a lot of the people that play ranked shouldn't be playing ranked, to be fair. They don't have the actual game knowledge. Despite what anyone might say on this post or anywhere else, this game relies heavily on strategy and analysis. As both killer and survivor, I'm a killer main, so I'm more leaning toward the killer side, but I don't really I'm not going to ignore the other side and say killers are completely fine, because I want everyone else to feel like, you know, no, that's pretty dumb of me, since balancing killer and survivor would make killer even better, I think, in my opinion. Now, a few key points before I get into the whole rank situation. A lot of people don't realize that this is a horror game, and like any horror movie, the killer is supposed to be in control. The killer, you're supposed to feel as a survivor like you're hopeless and you can't really do anything against them. That's not new. That's kind of how horror works as a genre in general. Otherwise, it wouldn't be horror. It'd just be another regular game. So leaving the balance slightly leaning toward the killer is perfectly fine, in my opinion. That makes the game fun. All the survivors aren't meant to survive. If all the survivors are surviving, there's something wrong with killer, because the killer's not doing their job. Excuse me. A or B, killer just isn't strong enough to where they can effectively do their job. Now, that being said, I'll leave that alone, because that is in itself, regardless of what anyone says, a fact. There's no denying any of that. That's just the way that should work, period. That's kind of what it is. It's been that way for years. We're not going to touch it. In terms of this game, a lot of the issues I read about high rank stuff, or, you know, like NOED being broken and stuff, really stems more or less from survivor... I don't know how to nicely say this. I'm just going to say survivor ignorance. Essentially, that's what it is, because it's very, very easy to get rid of NOED, early especially, before the killer really has a chance to do anything. If you just, instead of rushing gens, go get totems first, then rush gens. Or maybe rush like 3 gens or 2 gens to put the pressure on the killer, because now they really have to hunt people down. Then go do some, you know, it's only the blank totems, so you go do the blank totems, NOED's gone. A lot of the perks killer has are pretty fair. They're supposed to allow the killer to have a higher than normal chance of killing you, which is fine. A lot of times I'll see someone get hooked in survivors, instead of doing anything else, will instantly all 4 rush to the survivor. With the killer still in the area, by the way. I play a lot of hags, so I'll for instance, hook someone, place some traps around him. I turn around after placing my traps, and look, I can see all 3 people already trying to crouch behind buildings in my view, so I know they're there. What's my next move as a killer? A lot of survivors, because they don't actually understand the game, or for the most part I see, they tend to not understand life to a degree, apparently, but they instantly think I'm going to just run to the other side of the map, knowing they're there, and just let them rescue him so they can get some points and then come back and kill him. It's a ranked mode. My goal is to get my points. It's nothing about you. I don't care about your points. I don't care if you get points. I'm not going to throw the last survivor at the trap door. I'm not going to carry a survivor to the door and throw him away because his friend is disconnected. I'm going to kill you, because that's my job. And that's what a ranked mode is and should be. It shouldn't be me trying to babysit you or help you in any way, because that doesn't help me. That's not the point of a competitive mode. In alternative, we'll go to survivor, you know, the opposite side of the spectrum. They get a lot of crap. Like, you get a lot of I mean, killers that'll face camp and stuff like that, but even that's a strategy you can beat. Maybe not for the guy getting, you know, face camped, because obviously he's on a hook. You might be able to save him, but it's a low chance, so you might as well just leave him for the most part. The way around that is to just not get caught. It's actually very easy as a good survivor to hide from killers, especially with all the aesthetics they added to this game. You can wear dark clothes and stuff like that, hide on